Once the great sage Narada, no one here has ever heard of Narada. Once the great sage Narada was traveling, and what does he do when he travels? What does Bhaktivinoda Thakur say he does when he travels? Tell everyone.
Radhikaraman.
Narada Muni Bajai Vina.
Radhikaraman.
So he's traveling. In my story, he's chanting Radhikaraman, Radhikaraman. And he comes to a jungle. What's in a jungle at Achyuta Gopi?
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my. Scorpions. Very vicious monkeys. Anyone who's been to Vrindavan recently knows about the vicious monkeys. Yeah. What else does he see? He sees a clearing in the forest, and who is in that clearing?
A little boy.
A little 6-year-old boy. His hands are stained from digging for roots and berries. His skin is stained from digging in the dirt and just subsisting in the wilderness. How old are you? 9. You're way too old for this story. And Narada looks at this boy and he recognizes him. He recognizes this boy. Who is he?
Dhruva.
Who's Dhruva?
The son of King Uttanapad.
The son of the emperor in the middle of the jungle? So Narada Muni goes to Dhruva and he says, Dhruva, what are you doing here in the jungle?
My mother told me that if I want to change my fate, I have to go pray to Lord Krishna in the jungle.
Dhruva was given this description of the Lord by his mother. Are you ready to hear? Yeah. She said, Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Bhagavan Vishnu.
Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Garuda Dvaja.
Garuda Dvaja.
Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Pundarik Aksha.
Pundarik Aksha.
Mangalaya.
Mangalaya.
Tano Hari.
Tano Hari.
Mangalam, everything is auspicious about the Lord. Dhruva, you will know him because everything about him is auspicious. His skin is the color of a blackish rain cloud. He rides on the gigantic golden eagle known as Garuda. His eyes are the shape of fully blossomed petals of a lotus. Everything is auspicious about this form of the Lord. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Garuda Dvaja.
Mangalam Garuda Dvaja.
Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalaya Tano Hari. Mangalam, Mangalam,
Mangalam, Mangalam,
Mangalam, Mangalam,
Mangalam,
Mangalam, Mangalam, Mangalaya Tano Hari. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu. Mangalam Garuda Dvaja.
Mangalam Garuda Dvaja. Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalaya Tano Hari.
Mangalaya Tano Hari.
Why did your mother tell you to come to this jungle, Dhruva? What happened? Last time I saw you, you were living so happily with your father and your brother Uttama. What happened?
One day, I went to sit on my father's lap in the front room. However, he stopped me. He told me that my brother Uttam had the only right to sit on his lap.
Dhruva was born as a warrior. He wanted to be a king. That's all he had ever wanted. Every moment of his life, he had fixed himself on one goal, to be a righteous and loving king. And in that moment, all of his hopes and dreams were dashed. He ran home to his mother and he buried his face in her sari, and he said, why? Why is life like this? This is so unfair. And she said, Dhruva, this is the hand that fate has dealt you. Your father is in love with his younger wife. This stepmother of Dhruva, you know what she told him to break his little warrior heart? This story is from Srimad Bhagavatam. She told Dhruva, maybe in your next life, you can be born in my womb, and then you can sit on the throne. But until then, you have no claim to the throne. Don't even think about it. Not even in a game will you sit on that throne. Dhruva's heart was shattered into a million pieces. It's described in Bhagavatam that he was breathing like a snake that had been stepped on. How many of us have some aspiration or vision or dream, what we hold in our heart, but we cannot achieve it? Dhruva's mom, she was so wise, and she was a very great devotee. Many of us who are born in this movement, our first guru is our mother. We learn first about Krishna from our mothers, just like Dhruva. She told him, Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja.
Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja.
Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja. Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Pundarikaksha.
Mangalaya Tano Hari.
Mangalaya Tano Hari.
Oh Mangala.
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 Mangala. Clap your hands. Let's have a round of applause for Jai Sita, beautiful. Queen Suniti, she told Dhruva, all I can tell you, my son, you follow the footsteps of the yogis and rishis. You go into the jungle and look for the Lord. She thought she was giving him a bedtime story. One of your kids tonight may say, I wanted to go on stage and be on the kirtan party and they wouldn't let me. And you say, oh, my son, maybe later you can go into the jungle like Dhruva and you can pray to the Lord and he will. You just think you're telling them a bedtime story, but Dhruva was a warrior and he heard this as an instruction. And that night, when everyone was sleeping, he went into the jungle. He began practicing Ashtanga Yoga, Pranayam. He was only eating what he could find with his little 6-year-old hands in the jungle. And you know what his desire was? He told Narada, what was his desire?
I want a kingdom greater than my father's, or grandfather's, or even great-grandfather's.
My friends, is this a spiritual desire? Who would say to their guru, Guru Maharaj, I want you to bless me with a kingdom greater than anyone has ever known? But Narada could see the root of that desire. I want you in your mind right now to hold that desire that is most private to you, that you won't even say it out loud. Come on, what is that thing that you want that you're even afraid to speak? I want you to hold that in your heart as we tell this next part of the story. Think about this. Your heart's deepest desire. Narada said you will not have any success if you just keep doing like this. You need to add what?
Mantra?
You need to add mantra, Dhruva. And he taught him this mantra that gives you a relationship with the Lord. Who here wants a relationship with our beloved Lord? From the lips of Narada Muni into the ears of Dhruva and down through the ages for thousands of years to us. Om Namo Bhagavate together. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Meditating on the form of the Lord taught to him by his mother, chanting this mantra given to him by Sri Narada, Dhruva began fasting even from roots and berries. Soon he was eating only leaves soaked in river water. Soon he became even distracted from eating. He was only living on prana, meditating on his desire to have this great kingdom. Fasting, meditating on the Lord, praying. Now think of your own desire and chant this mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. A little louder. To Vaikuntha Dham again. Mangalaya Talo, oh Mangalaya Talo, oh Mangalaya Talo, Mangalaya Talo, oh Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Soon, day and night, the only thing Dhruva could see was the Lord. His meditation became so intense, he could see the Lord as if he could touch him. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Garuda Dwaja, Mangalam Pundrikaksha Mangalaya Tanu, Om Mangalam, 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 Mangalam. And suddenly the Lord disappeared. He disappeared. Dhruva had held onto his meditation and the Lord was gone. It was the only thing that could have broken his meditation. And he opened his eyes. And what did he see? He saw the face of the source of beauty itself. He saw the source of all knowledge, the source of all love. The Lord's face was so beautiful that Dhruva couldn't look on his face, and his gaze fell to the Lord's feet. And there he saw, like coming from the jungle, these bees were hovering on the Lord's feet, looking for the source of the nectar. Dhruva felt the Lord's hand on his head, blessing him. And then prayers began to come from Dhruva's mouth. What did Dhruva say?
Oh, my Lord Vasudeva, I have treated you just like a merchant, coming with some sort of desire. I was looking for pieces of broken glass, and instead, my Lord, you have given me the priceless diamond of your direct darshan, a direct vision of you, my Lord. After seeing this, there is nothing else that I ever want.
The Lord blessed Dhruva with everything. He gave Dhruva the Vaikuntha planet that we see even in the night sky today, the pole star. To give direction to other wayward travelers, we can look to Dhruva. So for a few more moments in this mood of receiving the blessing of the Lord, and through the grace of Narada Muni, having our hearts transformed by the grace of our spiritual masters, let's sing just a few more times this mantra given by Narada Muni to Dhruva. May it purify our own hearts from the root. Oh, Nam Bhagavate Vasudevaya.